National coach Steve Fraser, Greco-Roman program. World Championships has ended here for the United States in the last day. Today we had Jake Fisher. Could you tell us a little bit about Jake's match and what you saw as far as his performance?
Well, Jake wrestled a tough opponent, the bronze medalist from Beijing, the French guy, and he won the first period. I felt he was wrestling pretty well, but he got pushed out the second, third period. You know, I think I've seen him wrestle better, but I think where Jake's at in his career right now, he wrestled a pretty good match against the French guy.
Now the French athlete won a few more matches and kind of lost a puzzling one against Kazakhstan, I believe, where he took the top in the third period rather than the bottom, and ended up not working out for him. I mean, what was that about? It obviously affected Jake's ability to wrestle back.
Well, yeah, I mean, the French guy got beat by Kazakh, came down to the third period, he chose up instead of choosing down. I think 80% of the wrestlers choose down. Usually it's the smartest thing to do because it's slippery and more tired, harder to turn someone in that third period. But he chose up. Some people do choose up. I think he turned the guy in the first period, so he thought he could turn him again in the third period. Chose up and then couldn't turn him, so it didn't work out for him or us.
Now, tournament's over for us. We had two fifth-place performances. Could you talk a little bit about Justin Ruiz and Dramil Byers, who got into bronze medal matches but fell just a little short of what could have been medals for them?
Yeah, both guys great champions. Justin Reese, a former bronze medalist for us, so close. Made a few mistakes that cost them big in this tournament. He could have very easily been in the final. But both guys prepared hard. I know Justin Reese prepared hard. He took, I think, 2 years off before he's made his comeback, and is still kind of getting some of the bugs out. I think if Justin Reese continues to get what he needs, and that is tough training partners, tough people on top of him to test him more than he's been tested, I think Justin can for sure do well for us next year at the Worlds and in the Olympics coming up in London.
How about Byers? He had a couple of pretty close ones that he wasn't able to win. A good, obviously the Russian who now wrestles for Armenia, he's very good, and then a real tough young Turk. Again, close matches for Byers when he was beaten.
Yeah. Byers, again, a great champion for the U.S. One of our most winningest wrestlers. He very talented. I think he prepared very well, and he just got turned, by Petrenkev in the last second. Or he could have possibly beat him and went into the final. And then the Turk, tough guy too. I think that Turk's beat him a couple times. Byers has had a little more difficulty with that Turk. But Byers, again, proud of both those guys, and Byers, proud of him. He's done a lot for our country, and he's a great champion. Just didn't have enough to put it together this time.
Now, obviously, as a coach and individually with your athletes, everyone had set high goals. Some of your guys know that the United States has been a team champion here in the recent past. How do you assess the tournament? What do we do moving forward?
Well, we've got a lot of work to do in Greco. I mean, it's never easy in Greco. Not making excuses, our U.S. system doesn't produce a lot of material for us. Our developmental system is weak in our country, with everyone wrestling folk style and freestyle, but it's always been that way, so we're used to it. But what we have to do with our current team is we've got to do the right things, and the right things are, one, we've got to do more sprint wrestling on our feet, more battling. The matches we lost, Mango and Farouk, and I can't think of who else, but usually we're losing. Mango lost when he was winning 15 seconds ago because the Russian just outfought him. Megan fell down to the mat. We need to get better there. This is normally our strength. We need to get use our conditioning and our fight and bring it back into the game. And then we've got to get better in parterre defense. We're getting turned. And again, if you can't defend, you are not going to be able to win a medal in the World Championship. So those two things, and the way we're going to do that is we've got to get more tougher competition, more foreigners. We've got to get with the Cubans and the Russians and the Bulgarians or whoever more and compete with these guys. And that's how we get better. Iron sharpens iron.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you soon. Appreciate everything. Thanks.